Hey guys, Danzix here. Doom Eternal, the sequel to the unexpectedly great Doom 2016, has finally arrived. Doom Eternal not only drastically improves upon 2016, it has shaped up to be the best first-person shooter of my generation, no doubt setting a new bar for all single-player focused shooters to come. Yes, I'm not mincing words like you'll be mincing flesh. You click on my videos and I'll make sure you get what you're here for up front. However, if you do decide to hang around, which you definitely should, I'll run through just why I think you should go to hell and check out Doom Eternal.
I am a believer now. I feel it is in Doom that I have faith.
Before we start, Bethesda sent me an early copy of this game. They haven't paid me for this review, nor do they have any influence over it, but I'd like to disclose that I did get that early copy, so you should keep that in mind. So I'll try to keep this as spoiler-free as I can, but in the end, you can't really spoil Doom Eternal much. It's about the gameplay experience. Also, there's a multiplayer mode, but this review will focus on single player. Multiplayer has you jumping into games where you either play as the Slayer or a demon. It's two demons against one Slayer, and it's a bit of fun, honestly. But what you really want Doom for is the campaign. So let's start with the story. You're a demon slayer, the Doom guy, and you need to slay some damn demons. What more is there to know? Well, surprisingly, there's quite a lot of story doled out in codexes and short post-rendered cinematics. You'll be learning about what is essentially a struggle between heaven and hell, as well as the origins of the Doom guy, so buckle up. I was notably invested in seeing the Slayer through the storyline more than I ever have been in a Doom title before, and I'm old guys, I've played almost every single Doom to date. What is nailed perfectly throughout is the balance of story and gameplay, and balance is going to be a theme of this review as every single aspect of the game is balanced so phenomenally well. The gameplay is a perfect amalgamation of carnage and control. You're the Slayer, you aren't going to be hiding behind walls or shooting around corners. Instead, Doom Eternal captures that perfect feeling of fast, fluid and dynamic gameplay while also balancing the right amount of difficulty in order to make it highly rewarding. Getting past a particularly hard section will have you sitting back in your chair or dropping to the floor if you're on your feet. If you fail, you'll never feel like it was because of bad design. You know it's your fault and you know how you can improve. I covered the amazing levels of complexity of combat in detail in my preview video linked below, so I won't go into a huge amount of depth here, but the combat has you in the middle of the action at all times. A few hits from strong demons will be enough to kill you, so you have to keep moving to avoid all those attacks. The developers describe you as a fighter jet. You have a massive payload, but you have to keep flying or you crash. So in order to refresh your health, your armor, your special attacks, special abilities and ammo, you need to kill enemies in a variety of ways, and there are plenty of ways, trust me. By the end, I had so many tools to dispatch demons, I kept forgetting I had some. These tools all seem balanced as well. Too many demons? Use a frost grenade, use an explosive weapon, use a blood punch. Strong individual demon? Use a weapon that's good against it. If you want to know which, I go through all the weapons, which demons they're good against, and pros and cons in the video below. You'll be swapping to the best tool for the job on the go and weaving a path of destruction that's so glorious, you can only truly appreciate it when you watch a recording back of yourself, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm an awful FPS player, maybe the bottom 5% if I'm being generous, but I felt like I truly pulled off some awesome things. In the hands of a pro, I imagine this game will feel extremely rewarding, so I can't wait to see it broken at GDQ. So you have all these tools, but you aren't given them at the start. In fact, the game mostly forgoes tutorials and instead lets you unlock weapons, abilities and skills as you play. Each time you unlock something, you're given a small example, and then you're on your way to the next section, which will most likely reward you for using that tool. For example, when you unlock the BFG, you exit the area and are faced with an overwhelming amount of cacodemons. Well, you know what the game wants you to do now, but you can still handle it your way. The game does that with enemies as well. If you find yourself face to face with a new threat, you'll be given a codex paragraph and a hint on how to handle it. Some demons, for example, have weak spots that, when destroyed, will drastically reduce their effectiveness. More on dynamic destruction of body parts soon. This, along with the fact that weapons can be mastered by doing particular things, usually killing demons in some way or another, you'll be learning how to slay by slaying, keeping the pace balanced. Alongside new toys, you can upgrade each gun, each mod, your suit, your character, your level, and more with various collectibles, as well as finding cosmetics which display in multiplayer and during the cinematics, and music tracks for your hub, which slowly decks out the more secrets you find, and there are a ton of secrets. So the game perfectly balances progression. You always feel like you're working towards something and always have a new toy to play with. I can't overstate how well paced the game feels. In the roughly 15-hour long campaign, I never once felt like I had even taken the Ferrari for a full test drive before it was given a new engine. Yes, 15 hours. That's not including any backtracking, finding collectibles, playing the master levels, playing on a higher difficulty, like a mode that only gives you one life, and if you die, you see your grave on the next playthrough. Yeah, I see this game giving you a solid 20 to 30 hours on just the campaign if you aren't a speedrunner and if you don't want to replay the game. This isn't all about killing demons. In fact, exploration is quite fun and quite prominent. There are some mild platforming sections you're going to need to do, and even though it's better than 2016, if you don't like this style of gameplay, you may not enjoy it here. You're driven to explore because the rewards are just so juicy. You can find secrets by going off the beaten path and with some extremely clever lighting. You subconsciously know where you're going in massive areas, and I didn't even notice, even though I subconsciously did, until about halfway through, that the path you need to follow has an ambient green effect. So if there's a light, it'll be green. If there's a platform, it'll be shaded green. The level design is spectacular. Secret areas are black, harder to see cracks in the walls and hidden away areas. In 2016, you fought in kill arenas, big areas where demons spawned until you clear them out. Eternal has these as well, but these arenas are designed so incredibly well. This time around you have a ton of verticality and you're able to use the environment to your advantage, but beware the demons can as well. For a game that encourages you to keep moving, they definitely give you the tools to do so. However, it's not just the kill arenas that you'll be fighting in. The areas seem more alive and powerful demons will be around in between these kill arenas, so unaware or unprepared Doom 2016 players with their confidence that the fight is over may be caught with their pants down. Before, I briefly mentioned destructible body parts, so now is a good time to talk about graphics. The game looks extremely beautiful and runs on a Razer Blade 15 GTX 2070 without a single dropped frame, and it's probably the fastest paced game you'll play this year. The environments look amazing, so do the guns, the ambient effects, and what is most impressive, the demons. Well, not impressive in that, well, you get what I mean. Would Doom be as fun if the demons weren't fun to kill? Hell no. In fact, what makes the gameplay so damn rewarding is the various ways you can slaughter the minions of hell. Each demon has multiple Mortal Kombat type finisher moves you can perform on them based on your angle. They're called glory kills and they never got old except maybe for the Kako demons, which you have to perform the glory kill on a lot. You need to pull off these moves in order to get a burst of health and to fill up your blood punch. Also, each bullet dynamically rips off flesh based on where you shoot the demons. So if you shoot a Hell Knight's legs, for example, it'll be running at you with leg bones. It's incredibly impressive how each demon type, and there are a hell of a lot of them, dynamically gets damaged. If they have any weak points like the Arachnotron's turret, they can be destroyed with a well-placed sticky grenade or sniper shot. Specific weapons for specific enemies, and once again if you want to know more, check out my channel where I run through each weapon. The environments are varied and there's an awful lot of detail in even areas you wouldn't normally stop to take in the scenery. In the time I played Doom Eternal, I didn't run into a single bug. The only problem I have graphically, and in fact with Doom Eternal as a whole, is the HUD. The UI though is great and it shows you where ammo, health, items and so on are in the world. All the enemies have very distinct silhouettes, they noticeably flash when they can be glory killed, and the colors all work together to, at a glance, tell you exactly what you need to know. The game is so fast paced, it's amazing how easy it is to see things in the chaos. However, the HUD is not so perfectly designed. I understand the choices they make for the sake of real estate, but there is a lot of things you need to track. You have your health, armor, environmental protection, crucible pits, chainsaw pits, blood punch, dash, multiple grenades, flamethrower, ammo, weapons, weapon mods, and more, all needing to be tracked. During my whole playthrough, I never, for example, at a glance could tell how much chainsaw fuel I had in the middle of combat. You need 3 to dispatch a heavy demon, and many times I'd be on 2, go to chainsaw the demon for precious ammo and relief, and not be able to. This cost me precious seconds, which on higher difficulties was a death sentence. Besides that, Doom Eternal really does seem like a love letter to fans, and nothing says that more than the soundtrack. Mick Gordon is back with some heavy metal to set the tone, and it really does deliver. It never overpowers the game, but it adds to the intensity and immersion. The sections of platforming which reward exploration with secrets had lighter music, whereas the battles were noticeably more chaotic. You can visit your hub to listen to classic Doom tracks you find all over the levels as well. The sound effects are also extremely good. The sound of chainsaws cutting through pounds of flesh, to even the ASMR dink sound you get from destroying weak points on enemies, all come together to make the game feel satisfying and immersive. Good sound design is so understated, but it can really make or break games. If wearing headphones or if you have a decent sound setup, you'll know which demon is where and if attack is coming your way purely based on sound, and that's impressive. There's a lot you can do in the game, and playing on the PC, I definitely more than once hit the wrong button or fumbled about. That's less about the game and more about me though. I'm unsure how this will translate to the controller, but everything is customizable to your liking. So when you finish the game, you'll still have a lot to do. You can replay older levels to find secrets and collectibles that you missed. You can play these levels with any of the cheat codes you've found, like unlimited ammo or a crowd that cheers for you when you do awesome things. However, some of the harder locked encounters will not be able to be completed with cheats, but cheats are an easy way to find what you missed. Then you can always play the master levels, which you only start with 2, but these are remixed levels from the game with extreme spikes of difficulty on top of the difficulty you select. I tried a max difficulty master level and, well, it took me longer than I thought to beat it, let's just say that. This is a serious challenge only for the very serious, and I can see why the map design was made in the way it was. It's to accommodate these larger demons in sections they weren't normally in. So while you're playing the single player game, you're unlocking things for the multiplayer, like new skins and avatars, so you might as well give multiplayer a shot too and see how you go. Else, you can replay the game on a harder difficulty, which really does change things up. The review is extremely positive, which I know is hard to trust in this day and age, but frankly, you don't need to believe me, you can just go to hell. As in, try the game for yourself once it's on sale. If you're a FPS fan, pick this game up. There's no question about it, you'll enjoy it through and through. If you don't like shooters, well, I'm surprised you watched this video at all, but thank you. To you, I say, watch some streams. If it interests you, still give it a shot and play on normal or easy difficulty. In a sea of microtransactions and scummy business practices, ID Software and, dare I say it, Bethesda have given us a worthy title. Rip and tear your way into Doom Eternal. As you may have noticed, I don't usually take sponsorship deals, and when I started the channel, I promised myself to only promote products I actually use and actually endorse. Yes, Raid Shadow Legends has reached out to me many times too. You may have also noticed that if you follow me on Instagram over the last 6 months, that I use my Razer Blade 15 and Death Adder mouse when I'm on the road, at my cafe, or editing my videos. Razer has since reached out to sponsor me, and I frankly jumped at the chance to help out. The video you're watching right now has been recorded and edited on the Razer Blade, and even though it's not a cheap piece of equipment, it's definitely worth the price. It's slimmer and lighter than most gaming laptops, and I haven't had a single problem with it over the last half year, even though I use it daily. Plus, listen to these keys. So thanks Razer, even though there wasn't really anything you could send me to do this. Follow the link in my description to find out more. So thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please do the standard YouTube stuff, it helps a lot. Also check out my sponsor Razer for making it happen. I'll be back very soon with more Doom Eternal, so keep your eyes on /Vantics. Until next time friends.